Today is the day. The 2025 NFL Draft kicks off in Green Bay, and this morning we are live from the Draft Footprint, bringing you everything you need to know ahead of the biggest event the city has ever seen. Plus, what weather is in store for the NFL Draft? NBC 26 Today meteorologist Lauren Larson is breaking it all down, so you know what to expect as you head out the door. And the voice of the Green Bay Packers, Wayne Larrivee, joins us to talk all things NFL Draft. Those stories and more ahead on NBC 26 Today.
And we are coming to you live this morning from Lambeau Field as the NFL Draft Experience gets underway later on today, starting at noon, going all the way until 10 o'clock, and then picking back up again tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm NBC 26 Today's McLeod Hageman.
And I'm meteorologist Lauren Larson.
And we are very excited to be out here for the NFL Draft Experience getting underway today at noon. Just over our shoulders here, we have the brand new draft, getting the first-hand look of that as well. Are you impressed by it? This is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it, but it is pretty impressive. This is the first time I've seen it with lights on it.
Okay.
So I am excited to get a closer look here in a little bit. We are wearing our matching rain jackets today because your friendly neighborhood meteorologist said that it could be a little bit wet out there. And we are waking up to mostly cloudy skies, but so far we've not been rained on yet this morning. So I am happy with that. Let's take a look at that radar. As you are walking out the door, we are seeing some thunderstorms across our southern neighborhoods here early this morning and still kind of keeping an eye on this system. It is bringing a little bit of rain to our neighborhoods, but overall, we are not expecting any severe weather here in any of our neighborhoods today or tomorrow. And as we look straight up, it looks pretty cloudy out, but as we check out our tower cam, we do see some sunshine as we look outside over Lambeau Field this morning. You can't see us on the tower cam, but I'll give you a little wave there. It's a warm start. Temperatures are in the mid to low 50s for most of us, 55 in Appleton, 52 in Green Bay and Kewanee, a little bit cooler along the Northwoods, but overall, it's pretty comfortable out here. We do not need our winter jackets. Again, we are just wearing our rain jackets this morning. As we go throughout the day, our temperatures will fall a little bit and then rise back to the mid to upper 50s as we look at our high temperatures, about 60 degrees throughout all of our neighborhoods. There's rain showers across the area this morning and more rain in store for us later this afternoon. So keep a close eye on that. One thing I do want to reiterate, even though we are not expecting severe weather, thunderstorms are still dangerous. When thunder roars, go indoors because you are close enough to that parent storm to be struck by lightning. So if you're headed out to the draft, make sure that you do have that severe weather plan. We'll talk more about the forecast and have more draft news coming up in a couple minutes.
Thanks, Lauren. And now to some NFL draft-related traffic reminders. All four phases of road closures are now in place and will remain so throughout the rest of the week. Those closures include stretches of Armed Forces Drive, Holmgren Way, Mike McCarthy Way, Brett Favre Pass, South Oneida Street, and South Ridge Road near Lambeau Field, and Lombardi Avenue from Holmgren Way to Military Avenue. And if you're heading down to the Draft Footprint today, here's a look at events listed on the NFL One Pass app. From noon to 10 p.m., the NFL Draft Experience will be going on. This free family-friendly football festival will be taking place in the parking lots outside Lambeau Field in Titletown. The NFL says fans can participate in interactive games, take photos at exhibits, get autographs, and so much more. The NFL Draft Experience will take place today, tomorrow, and Saturday. There will also be a handful of player appearances today. These include Luke Musgrave at 3 o'clock, McCole Hardman at 3, then again at 4:30, Quentin Nelson at 5, and Alec Ingold at 6. Finally tonight, the first round of the NFL Draft begins at 7 p.m. at the Draft Theater. Come see who your favorite teams pick and follow along for updates on the green and gold right here on NBC 26, your official Green Bay Packers station. For more information on these events, or to register for an entry QR code, you'll need to register for the free NFL Draft Experience on the NFL One Pass app. To download the app, just scan this QR code on your screen or head to our website. That's NBC26.com.
And it's time to check in with our NBC 26 sports team this morning. John Miller connected with the voice of the Packers to talk about all things draft related. Listen to this.
I'm now joined by the one, the only, the voice of the Green Bay Packers, Wayne Larrivee. Wayne, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Good to be with you, John.
What's the excitement level for the draft? What's it kind of like to see all of this come together. We were talking about it before the show just a few seconds ago. To see all this built up, Titletown, the draft here, how special is it?
It really is amazing when you think about where this all was 20 years ago. You know, there was none of this here, nor the potential for any of it. And yet, I think when they remodeled the stadium back in the early 2000s, that really was what turned the corner for this franchise and allowed them to expand the way they have to handle events like this.
And Mark Murphy said a couple of weeks ago before the bus tour that this is kind of his final swan song. What has he meant to this area, to this organization before he retires?
Well, I think he had a hard act to follow in Bob Harlan, who was just a tremendous steward of the organization, but Mark has followed him just seamlessly. He's been wonderful in terms of the way he engages with the public. He's so good in the media, all the different things you look for in a CEO of the Packers, because it's an organization of the people. You know, the people own it. And he's been great on the business side, obviously, but also keeping the football side among the best in the league.
Now let's talk a little draft. It was super cool to talk to some of the draft prospects this morning, some of the biggest names in college football. Do you have a couple of guys that are going to be on the board when the Packers are picking that you like? Not all of them will be. There's some special names that were there today.
Yeah, you know, the guy I'd really like to see is Tet McMillan, the wide receiver, but I think they'd have to move up to get him, and I don't think that's probably going to happen. Matthew Golden's a guy a little undersized for what the Packers like in receivers, but the fastest player in the draft.
What do you think of the Packers roster right now? We were talking to Brian Gutekunst on Monday, and he said he thinks the team can go out there and win. Do you think this draft is going to help them get over the hump, or do you think they can draft a guy and just let him sit like they always do?
Well, I think, you know, a number of ways they go. It depends on who falls to them and what kind of players they get. This free agent class did not have the kind of gems the Packers were able to farm from free agency a year ago. They need to hit on a couple of these kids in this draft to contribute early on, and I think they'll be able to do that.
Now, are you looking forward to any event? Are you doing anything special this weekend?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go to the draft. That's the event.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else?
Oh, it's going to be special. Growing up watching the draft, it's going to be amazing. But Wayne, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the draft.
Nice to be with you.
And Kelly Hellinan had the opportunity to connect with a Wisconsin native, Hunter Wohler, about being involved with this year's NFL draft. Here's what he had to say.
With the NFL draft here in the Mecca of football, prospects will see their dreams come true in Titletown. And for Wisconsin native Hunter Wohler, it's a full circle moment. From growing up in Muskego to starring as a safety for the Badgers, Wohler is now just days away from hearing his name announced right here in the very state where it all began.
It's definitely cool because I don't think there's going to be another draft in Green Bay while I'm still alive. So it's cool that the year I'm coming out that it's in Wisconsin and the whole state is basically going to be packed and busy, and there's going to be plenty of stuff going on. So it's going to be very cool.
Wohler spent the last few months training in Fort Lauderdale, sharpening his game for the Senior Bowl, the NFL Combine, and Pro Day. Two-a-days, film sessions, and recovery, all with one goal in mind, to make the leap to the next level.
Most days we'd probably go 2 workouts a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. So you work out for 4 hours a day, and other than that, it's just like a lot of downtime, relaxing, and trying to get off your feet as much as possible.
As he prepared for this moment, Wohler leaned on those who came before him, including fellow Badger and Green Bay native Alec Ingold, who gave him some advice.
Be yourself. You go from being the man in college to now you're just another one of the guys. Show up, do what you do every day. Like don't change for anybody. Stay true to yourself, and the rest will fall in line.
No matter where he hears his name called, the NFL draft being just down the road from where it all started makes the moment that much sweeter.
Growing up and playing in a Wisconsin high school, like it's different. It's a lot different than schools down south, and football is different up in the north. Like it's not year round. So you grow a different appreciation for the game, and you kind of learn a different work ethic because you're playing for, you're training, you're working out for a 3-month period, and then you're done.
Now on the edge of his next chapter, Hunter Wohler is ready to take the field and carry Wisconsin with him.
I think just the opportunity, being able to kind of take that next step in my career and learn some new stuff, meet some new people, but just kind of put myself up against the best of the best and go compete and enjoy every minute of it.
Obviously, Wohler has never lived outside the state of Wisconsin, but he told me he's ready to potentially move to a brand new city with a brand new team. He said he's excited to build relationships and find ways to impact the community, something he certainly did in his time here in Wisconsin.